Hey everybody, it's Chris Bunbury here at CinemaCon, and I'm here with Lance Velchek, our resident horror guru. I just got out of the Warner Brothers panel, and there was some pretty interesting horror titles. One that you wouldn't necessarily think was a horror movie, but definitely is a horror movie, is Warner Brothers and DC's Clayface. So, I don't know, I thought that this teaser, which hasn't been revealed online yet, but I think is going to drop pretty soon, was very cool. What do you think?
I was surprised it was as horror as it was. It's DC, and I know that Warner Brothers obviously is trying to go a little farther. It's written by Flanagan, so I know it's going to have a lot of heart. I told you in the screening, it gave me Cronenberg vibes. Weird, the way they used the clay so it feels like flesh. It was very like dark, brooding, mean, a little sinister. I was surprised.
So basically, it's about an actor named Mark Hagan, who's a pretty boy, Tom Rice Harry's, very good-looking guy, who gets horribly attacked and brutally kind of his face is mutilated. But he's injected with this serum that turns his entire body into clay, and he's able to kind of mold his face to look like anybody. And it looked a lot like Darkman to me.
Yeah, well, because it starts off, he's all bandaged up. He's like his face has been obviously cut and damaged, and he's trying to sort of make the face as he goes along, but it sort of seems to disintegrate. We have the same sort of thing where it doesn't seem to always work. We didn't get to see the actual Clayface monster, but there was shadows and stuff of like him using his hand as like a spiked ball. So we don't know what the monster looks like yet, but just as the character, it absolutely gave me like I said, Darkman, maybe via Cronenberg.
And definitely R-rated from what we could see anyway.
Yeah. It was not what I was expecting. I'm not a superhero guy, so I went in this thinking like, oh, it's going to be like, and no.
Well, another movie that's kind of horror related is Mortal Kombat 2. So the footage that we saw was cool with a couple of caveats. So I think the thing about this movie that everybody's been kind of hyped about is Carl Urban showing up as Johnny Cage. And, it looks like he gives a great performance. So in the scene that we saw, he ends up fighting Baraka. But he's clumsy at first. He's kind of a jokey character. But then, of course, he rallies and he actually can fight. Here's my only thing. A lot of wire work, a lot of CGI, right? This is not 87 North. This is very kind of heightened, almost 1990s styled. Would you agree?
Absolutely. Plus, I felt like there was a little more comedic than I was expecting. But obviously R-rated, a lot of F-bombs. I will say this, Baraka's face and his mouth, which in the early trailer I thought was a lot rougher, is cleaned up this time, so it's not as bad. But yes, it's not grounded. But I'm okay, because you know what?
Yeah, it's Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, really, what I saw here was, it was vulgar, it was a little offensive, and I hope to be as violent and bloody, and if I get all these three things, I'm going to have a good time, because that's what I liked about the other one. It was fun.
And there's kind of a classic finishing move that they have that I'm not going to give away, but it was very cool to see.
Reference to the game and to the first movie, and the first movie being the one from the 90s.
Also, the other big horror title that they had, well, one that I know that you've been looking forward to is Evil Dead Burn.
Yes.
And there's another one coming right after that, Evil Dead Wrath. But anyway, let's talk about Evil Dead Burn.
All right. Now, I was a little underwhelmed by Evil Dead Rise. I'll be very honest with you. It's not a terrible movie, but I just felt it didn't quite nail, I think, the nuances of what Raimi and even Alvarez, I believe that's his name from 2013 remake, yes, did well. There was a mean-spiritedness that I've been looking forward to since 2013, and as we were talking, I got a little bit of new French extremity. Yeah,
because the director's French, and I think comes from that school. But interestingly, it kind of departs. Well, I know that Evil Dead Rise, the last one, that was set in a city. I think this one too. It looks like it's set partly at a cabin in the woods, but I don't think that it's confined to that place. I think it's a lot kind of broader this time. And it's basically the Necronomicon possessing a family and going after them one at a time. But the violence is really crazy. Like, I think this might be the most violent Evil Dead movie that we've seen so far. Some of the gore scenes, like there's a woman drinking candle wax at one point. I always find that really kind of gross. And then a lot of fingers being cut off in car doors. What do you think of that?
We start off with a family coming in. Obviously, that's about a death and wanting to bring back a loved one. I think that must be the driving force. But I believe it to be a daughter comes in and the headrest from a car is in her neck, and she starts pulling it off and comes out. I was like, okay, you got me. Or there's a certain person that falls onto a dishwasher and all the knives and forks are sticking out, and the deadite gets on and almost sort of humps as she pushes down and laughs, and I was like, We're in.
Yeah, I think
We're
it's
gonna have
I,
a good
thi-
time.
I think it's gonna be very successful in the same way that something like Final Destination Bloodlines was. So, yeah.
And hold on, we're not going to talk about is it a dog or a wolf, but we get a dead-eyed dog.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know. I didn't even clock that.
It kind of jumps in with the eyes, and I was like, you know what? Good, more dead-eyed animals. Let's do it. I'm down, man. I'm down.
Well, so that's it for about the horror section, but I saw a ton of other footage, including the first look at Tom Cruise in Digger. So you want to head over to the JoBlo Movie Network channels, check out my video on that. So thanks for joining us, and we will be back with a lot more from CinemaCon this week. Lance, though, I have to say, you need to stop playing craps.
Listen, I'm going big, buddy. I'm going big. I got to win. Worst case scenario, though, you are covering the Uber home, so, you know, either I'm up or down. Either way, I'll make it home, babe.
Hey, I'm Canadian. I can't afford your American money, so you're on your own. Anyway, we'll be back.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. JoBlo was created by movie fans for movie fans, and we appreciate your support.